Hey everybody, my name is Stephanie. This is my second podcast, so I'm jump right into it here. Today we're going to talk about why are some celebrities dicks, and some are perceived to be dicks. So let's get into it. I hail from Illinois, who, by the way, fun fact, on January 1st, 2020, will have legalized recreational marijuana. So all you potheads, go to Illinois, go to Rockford, go to Chicago, go to where you need to go to just the border. I bet they got it at a gas station. Anyways, I'm from there. I grew up in Minnesota. It's where I reside right now. And it is very hot and humid, and there's a heat advisory. So that's fantastic. So, again, I grew up in Minnesota. A lot of people were born here, celebrities, but their bio says something different. For example, Chris Pratt, born in Virginia, Minnesota, but claims Washington as his place of birth. That's fine. We don't need you. You're cute, but not that cute. Obviously Bob Dylan, but he doesn't hide it. He doesn't care. Judy Garland. Now, I'm too young to know if she claimed to be Minnesotan or not. Winona Ryder. Honestly, even I didn't know that. So, I had no idea. So, I don't know if she claims it or not. Jessica Biel. Now, I think she lived here for a minute. Does not claim Minnesota. Vince Vaughn definitely does not claim Minnesota, and heard through the grapevine, through tabloids, through the internet, through everything. Everything's pretty consistent that he is a dick. Jesse Ventura, yeah, duh. Josh Hartnett is from here and actually still lives here, so I'd say he claims it. Peter Graves. If you know who Peter Graves is, that's just awesome that he's from here. Nick Swartzen, totally proud to be a Minnesotan. Big Vikings fan, Minnesota Wild fan, Twins fan, every fan you could think of. Prince, obviously, should have been my first one, but duh. Had Paisley Park here, which I think is now a museum dedicated to him. Larry Fitzgerald, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna guess he still plays for the Arizona Cardinals. Wide receiver. He claims Minnesota, and definitely not a dick. The guy's everything he does seems amazing. Herb Brooks and pretty much every hockey player from the state of Minnesota claims Minnesotan with all their being and fiber in their body. Bunch of internet stars. I'm not going to get into them. I saw like some 5-year-old girl that she's an internet star. She's from here. Stop exploiting your children. Instagram stars who are like 12. And why do people get paid for this? I mean, I'm doing podcasts for free because I want to. I don't expect any money. But like you see these families, and they start out in like apartments doing their thing, and then all of a sudden they have these huge mansions just because people watch their idiotic videos. No. You see kids killing themselves on YouTube, and yet you want to give people fucking money. Sorry, I was going to swear, and I went for it, and then I forgot. Then I just went for it again. So let's go Sean William Scott, who I subsequently went to high school with. No, he did not act like Stifler. He was homecoming king, still a major, major dick. Just an asshole. One of those drama assholes, that like wore, Kurt Cobain Paisley sweaters and shit. So, but in almost every WWE wrestler, they're pretty awesome to kids, and there's a ton of them from here. We are like, Minnesota's like the wrestling WWE capital of the world, because 90% of them are from here. Kevin Sorbo, although I don't think Minnesota cares that Kevin Sorbo's from here. John Madden's from here. Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm not sure if he's a dick or not. Seems pretty cool, though. I mean, I could go on and on and on. The point is, most of these people are dicks, or are they? When, where I'm from, in Illinois, we have Carl Sandburg. That's all we got. An intellectual who we named a fucking mall after. That's what Carl Sandburg gets, is a fucking mall. Alright, anyways, let's move on to famous people from the U.S. and what we know and what we read in the tabloids. Sorry if you hear someone in the background. So let's start with Blink-182. I had the honor to meet these guys when they were with Tom DeLonge in 1998, and they were super awesome, appreciative to their fans. Absolutely 100% had a great time talking to them. Let's move to ska. The Aquabats. About the best people in the business. You may not like their songs. You may not like ska. That's fine. These are the greatest guys ever. They get the crowd into it, and they get little kids up on stage and sing Pool Party. They don't swear. They're an amazing, amazing group of guys. And actually, Travis Barker from Blink-182, he drummed for the Aquabats before Blink-182. Well, I hate to say it, because I'm not really into this kind of music, but Justin Bieber, it seems like he does a lot for his fans if it's one-on-one. Like, I've seen him on Ellen doing stuff for his fans a lot. There's some YouTube shit he does one-on-one for fans, but is a dick to crowds. And I get that, actually, because if you had 1 million little girls swarming after you, you'd get sick of it after a while, I would think. Believe it or not, Weezer. Rivers Cuomo is reported hates fans who request songs during his concert. Come on, dude. People pay to see you. I get they don't own you, but really, just make that one fan screaming at you happy. Even if you don't play the whole song. Just play a little of it. Make that guy shut the fuck up. Liam Gallagher reportedly hates fans, but honestly, do we care? I don't. Shockingly, John Lennon and Paul McCartney, they don't hate their fans, but they hate each other. They hated each other so much that when they split off and John Lennon and Yoko Ono went their way and Paul McCartney went the way of Wings, they hated the other songs that each other wrote. They hated each other's songs, no matter what it was. And that's sort of immature for how old those guys were. Now, a lot of bands are super appreciative of their fans. Some people think, like a band I recently saw, New Found Glory. Some people I've heard think they're dicks because they have like VIP events for fans who either can't afford it or want it. But they make fans part of their concerts more than most bands. I watched a video of guitarist Chad Gilbert from New Found Glory bring a kid up on stage and everyone saying happy birthday to this kid. Well, let's face it, Chad Gilbert is super hot. Anyways, now let's stay with New Found Glory here for a minute. I've heard nasty things on Instagram about how they don't respond to fans. You know what? Get in line. Nobody responds to their fucking fans, okay? So I tested the theory, not just with them, but with other people. Personally, I have multiple sclerosis, and esophageal cancer and, don't have a lot of time left on the earth. And I hoped for a response from New Found Glory or Chad Gilbert. Didn't get one, but to be fair, they're on tour, so they get a pass. Josh Harding, the previous goalie for the Minnesota Wild, found out he had multiple sclerosis a little bit before I did. Actually called me. That was amazing. I tested more people like Chris Pratt. Yeah, right. Anyways, I think Chris Pratt put stuff on Instagram just to put stuff on Instagram. I don't think he does it to actually interact with his fans. I mean, he interacts with them by talking about himself. I've tried Blink-182. I got a response. Awesome. Derek Boogaard, rest his soul. He was an enforcer for the Minnesota Wild and then went to the New York Rangers. Awesome dude. I have a picture with him. He's 1,000 feet tall. He looks like a giant Harry Potter. And he's like a big teddy bear. Skinny, big teddy bear. I tried Chad Gilbert. Nothing. Again, on a crazy tour. We'll let that slide. I actually had the honor of meeting Gwen Stefani. Surprisingly nice. Couldn't believe it. Matt Nagy. He is the head coach of the Chicago Bears. About the greatest guy in football. I mean, he'd do anything for the fans of the Bears. Robert Downey Jr. Best response by far. He's very loyal to his fans. We're all loyal fans to these people, but again, like us, they're people with lives and families outside of their jobs. But we can't help but feel maybe they owe us, 5 minutes of their time. They provide us with entertainment, so I don't expect them to do a dance for me. I relate to their characters or songs or books, as I think most people do. The one thing I think is don't be a dick to these kids who just want an autograph. You don't got to spend more than 30 seconds giving these kids autographs. For example, my father went to a Twins World Series game, and a kid had a clipboard and a string attached to it, and he would lower it down over the Twins dugout, and they would all sign it, except for Kent Fat Fuck Herbeck. He ripped it down and then ripped the paper up. I mean, we're talking about like a 7-year-old kid. I think at sporting events, if an adult catches a foul or a hockey puck or something, give it to a kid, you fucking asshole, because all you're going to do is sell it. That's it. Or you're going to put it in a display case saying, yeah, man, I caught this. What you should say is, I fought a little kid for this. Like I said, it's the same with hockey. They give pucks to kids. Adults snatch them. Some lady actually tried to snatch one from my son when he was like 4 or 5. I grabbed it, gave it to my son, and asked her what the fuck was wrong with her. She just walked away. So that tells you everything you need to know. Well, that's my rant for the day. Sorry my voice sucks. I have bronchitis. I hope you found this informative. If you didn't, that's okay. If you hate it, that's okay too. Doesn't bother me. I'm hollering at the folks who are interested in this content. So y'all have a great day. Have a great evening wherever you are. And we'll talk at you soon. Peace.